Next speaker is Ms. Warren, followed by Mr. Kronheim.
Hi, I'm Kearni Warren. I want to talk about straw man arguments, but before I do that, I just want to say that this is very sorrowful to me, that I am here having to speak to mostly people who don't look like me, and three of which we share a professional sisterhood. That I have to be here to speak about human decency and respect for Chester, but then again, why would it be anything different? We are speaking about primarily a black city, where resources have been stolen and squandered, and a city that is ignored except for when deciding on financial issues, like where to send the country's trash and the county's poop. Financial costs keep coming up. There's so much money in poverty, right? It produces poverty pimps and grant whores. So let's talk about straw man arguments. There are straw man arguments being used to dismiss those of us concerned with the incinerator and used to discredit our movement against environmental racism in Chester. Some claim we think Delco Solid Waste Authority ending Covanta's contract will cause Covanta to close. We don't think that. However, we know that doing so is the fastest way to cut back up to 31% of their air pollution and can be a first step towards closing them down. Ending Delco's use of incineration could have immediate public health and environmental benefits. We also know that Delco's ending incineration can inspire other jurisdictions to do the same. Some also claim if Delco pulls out its 31% of waste Covanta burns, Covanta will fill it back up with trash from other municipalities. They will try, but there's no big uncontracted pile of waste waiting for Covanta to pick up. Philadelphia and New York already contracts with them, and Baltimore and DC are locked into their own incinerator contracts. And if anything changes, it's more likely they'll end incineration rather than to sign up for more. Covanta would have to take waste away from their other facilities and haul it further to keep this plant fed with another 350,000 tons of waste a year. Another claim is this council's hands are tied, that you can't stop Covanta contract because you don't control the Solid Waste Authority. That's not true. The Pennsylvania Municipal Authorities Act does give you the power to instruct your authorities from time to time on what projects they can or cannot do. You can also use your leverage with them. They want you to back a $50 million bond with the county's credit. Ask for something in return. You can ensure that if our county tax dollars are used for funding a $50 million landfill expansion, that the expanded landfill is really for us, not Philly, New York, New Jersey, and beyond. Make them commit to only taking Delco's trash, not incinerators' ash. Finally, the idea that there isn't time to change where the trash trucks go by or that it could cost too much isn't a good excuse either. Several places in recent years have had to make plans to end incineration abruptly and unexpectedly and maintain, like 1/3 of Connecticut when the Hartford incinerator broke down a couple of years ago. Detroit when their incinerator closed abruptly in 2019. DC and Northern Virginia when Covanta's large incinerator in Lorton had a massive fire and closed for 11 months in 2017. We have 7 months. 7, and an alternative contract already in place with Waste Management, the world's largest waste company with 16 landfills in Pennsylvania. Stop pretending we don't have time to switch at the end of this contract. Cost is truly an issue. Why is $31.6 million available for an affluent white community in Marple Township to buy a park? But you express concern and are reluctant about a smaller amount to protect Chester's air and end environmental racism. That amount of money could be used to fund several years of a switch away from incineration in 2022, enabling waste reduction strategies to reduce any increase in that time frame. So please, don't stop at asking DEP what to do. You can and must take action today. Thank you.